Hi friends, in the last video we have discussed about the various types of coagulants and how we are going to remove the fine suspended particles and as well as colloidal particles from the water sample with addition of these coagulants. Okay, so five types of coagulants we have discussed, that is alum, that is aluminum sulfate, copperous or ferrous sulfate, chlorinated copperous, sodium aluminate and magnesium carbonate. So these are the five coagulants we have discussed, and how with the addition of these coagulants to the water sample, how the reaction takes place and how it will forms a flux or flux, and that flux we are going to remove as a precipitate, as a particles, as a solid particles removed from the water sample. Okay, so in that five coagulants, the most important coagulants used in the water treatment plant is what? The alum, that is aluminum sulfate. So aluminum sulfate is a important coagulant we are going to use in the water treatment plant. So as we discussed, when we add alum to the water sample, that will react with the bicarbonates present in the water sample, and that will form some type of flux, that is aluminum hydroxide, and as well as that also liberates the carbon dioxide and calcium sulfate. Okay, so all of you please remember this equation while solving or while estimating the optimum dosage of coagulants. We have to use this equation. So how much amount of carbon dioxide is liberated, how much amount of that is aluminum hydroxide is liberated, that we have to find out. So and as I told you how this calcium bicarbonate compound is formed, that this will react with the calcium carbonate is reacts with water in presence of carbon dioxide, that will forms the calcium bicarbonate ion, the calcium bicarbonate compound. So this compound also you have to remember. Okay, so let us will take one problem on this coagulant, that is aluminum sulfate. So we can understand how we are going to use the coagulant, how that is how much amount of coagulant should be used for the particular type of particular amount of particular quantity of water in the treatment plant, that we can see now. So let us have one problem numerical on the coagulation, that is coagulants. See here the question. First you have to understand this question, what are the data given in this question and what we are going to solve now. Okay, just see here. The coagulation sedimentation plant clarifies 50 million liters of water per day. For per day 50 million liter of water is clarifying here in this sedimentation plant. Next, the raw water has an alkalinity equivalent of 4 ppm or 4 mg per liter of calcium carbonate, full stop. The filter alum required at the plant is 20 mg per liter. The filter alum required at the plant is 20 mg per liter. Next, determine the filter alum and the quicklime to calcium oxide required by the plant per year. For per year, how much amount of filter alum is required and how much amount of quicklime is required in the treatment plant for the year. For the year, that we have to find out now, and use the following molecular weights. So these are the molecular weights they are given. So in this question, the data given are the 50 million liters of water is clarifying for the per day in the sedimentation tank. So this is nothing but see here in the solution given data. So 50 million liters of water per day is clarifying. So this is nothing but quantity. Q is equal to quantity of water is 50 mld, 50 million liter of water sample. Okay, so next, the raw water has an alkalinity equivalent to 4 ppm. So alkalinity means alkalinity as a COCO3. Alkalinity as CaCO3 calcium carbonate is 4 mg per liter. Okay, next filter alum required at the plant is filter alum required at the plant is filter alum required at the plant is 20 mg per liter. So these are the data given, and they are asking that they asked determine the filter alum for the year. Alum for the year is how much, and quick climb is nothing but calcium oxide is equal to how much for the year. So these are the two data they are asking. So listen here. So first we have to, in this problem, first we have to find out the total quantity of water to be treated and what is the total alkalinity of the water. Means this alum will act, they means effectively treat the water or precipitate out the fine suspended or colloidal particles when the water is in alkalinity in nature. For that reason we have to find out the total alkalinity of water. For that reason, next we can solve here.
Start.
So first we can find out the quality of water to be treated. Quality of water to be treated. This equals how much? 50 mld. This is the quantity of water to be treated. Next, once you know the quality, that is quantity of water to be treated, next find out the natural alkalinity present in the water sample, that is alkalinity present in water, that is 4 mg per liter. Next, alum required is 20 mg per liter. As we know, the filter alum required is 20 mg per liter. Next, therefore, the total quantity of alum required is equal to, therefore, total quantity of alum required, this equal to, that is the alum required, filter alum required is 20 mg per liter, and the total water to be treated is 50 mld. 50 into 10 raised to 6, million means 10 raised to 6. So this equals to 1 into 10 raised to 9, that is milligram, divided by 10 raised to 6. So this equals, when you simplify this one, you get 10 into 10 raised to 2 kg per day. So this is what the alum required for the total quantity of water. Next, therefore, alum, they are asking that the alum required for the year. Therefore, alum required per year, this equal to, as we know, the total quantity of alum required is 10 into 10 raised to 2 kg per day. So for the year means we have to multiply for this value into 3 days, that is for the year 365, that is 1000 into 365. So you will get 365 into 10 raised to 3 kg per year, right? Otherwise you may say 365 tons per year. Okay, so this is what the alum required per year. So this is over. Now we got 365 ton for the year. For the year we require 365 ton of alum to treat the 50 mld of water. So this is what the quantity of filter alum required for the year. Okay, so the next part is what the quick climb required. Quick climb means what? That is CaO required for the year. For that reason, to find out the amount of quicklime required. The amount of CaO required. For that value, you have to refer the equation. When you add alum to the water sample, what is the equation? That is Al2SO4.18H2O plus 3 calcium CaHCO3 twice equals 3 CaSO4 plus 2 AlOH thrice plus 6 CO2 plus 18 H2O. This is the reaction will happens when you add aluminum sulfate to the water sample. And as well as the one more equation, that is CaCO3 plus H2O. This equals CaHCO3 twice. As I told you, this when you add the alum to water sample means that will directly reacts with the calcium bicarbonate, that is alkalinity present in the water. This will forms when calcium carbonate will react with water, that is calcium and magnesium carbonates will react with the water, that will form the bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. So this is the equation, and here this will forms calcium how calcium carbonate will forms means this calcium quicklime, that is calcium oxide, will react with the carbon dioxide present in the water, and that will forms calcium carbonate. So this is what to equate this equation. We have to add 3 here and 3 here. Okay, so this is what the chain reaction happens when you add alum to the water sample. This calcium oxide will react with the calcium dioxide present in the water sample, that will forms calcium carbonate, and this will react with water, and that will forms the bicarbonate of the calcium, and that will react with the alum. So this is the theory of the coagulant, that is alum, when it reacts with the water. Okay, so in the question they are given the molecular weight of the particular type of compound, that is aluminium, carbon and sulfate, oxygen, hydrogen, calcium. So these are the molecular weight they are given. So first you have to find out the quicklime, amount of quicklime. You have to find out first the molecular weight. Molecular weight. So Al2SO4 thrice dot 18H2O, this is alum. Okay, this equals, that is 2 aluminium, the molecular weight of the aluminium is 27, they are given, that plus 3 into SO4, that is SO4 means 32, 3 into 32 plus 4 into 16, that is oxygen. This plus 18 into 2 into 1, that is hydrogen, to 1 plus 16, that is 16 is oxygen. Okay, so when you calculate this one, you will get 666. So this is the molecular weight of aluminium, that is alum added to the water sample. Next, for the same you have to find out calcium carbonate and as well as calcium bicarbonate HCO3 twice. When you find out this one by using the molecular weight given in the water sample in the question, you will get for calcium carbonate you will get 100, and for the calcium bicarbonate you will get 162, and for the calcium oxide you will get 56. So these are the molecular weight you will get. Okay, next we find the alum required, that is, therefore we can find out that alum requires 3 into 162, that equal to 486 parts of natural alkalinity, that is of natural alkalinity, that is CaHCO3 twice. This is natural alkalinity. Why you add these three means? By using this equation, you just see here, this is Al2SO4 thrice dot 18H2O. so this means what? This is one part, that is one amount of one compound of alum is forms here the equation. Sorry, you have to follow it here. Just follow this equation. See here, this is 1 mole, this is 1 mole will forms 3 moles of, that will react with 3 moles of calcium bicarbonate, right? So one that this means what? That is 1 mole of alum liberates 3 moles of calcium bicarbonate. The meaning of this equation is what? 1 mole of alum liberates 3 moles of calcium bicarbonate. For that reason, we find here that alum requires 3 parts of calcium bicarbonate. So the molecular weight of calcium bicarbonate is 162. So the number of moles are 3, that is 3. So you will get 486 parts of natural alkalinity as a CaCO3, Therefore